Hello, warning in advance, I'm probably going to be distracted by things. Where was I? So yeah, this is episode 5 of Loki, the penultimate episode, I think. It certainly sets us up for that. We're following on from last week's cliffhanger. Basically, the TVA is destroyed. It was a fascinating episode. Very intense in direction. Ultimately, kinda not. We ended up. Well, the amount that we progressed in the episode took a long time for the real estate length of the episode, 45 minutes, and basically Loki. It's kind of one of those things where it's not necessarily bad. I'm calling it filler or padding. I think it's overly unfair. But equally, I think it's kind of very early on. He gets told that he needs to emotively hijack with time slipping and be able to control where he wants to go, and then he can use that to go back before the explosion happened. And he rejects that, and then obviously by the end he's forced to accept it, and he then, because of the pressure he's in, does it. He also learns that it's not why that lets him control that. It's the people he's kind of going after, and it takes them a while to get to that, and there's a way it could have been done as easily quicker. Now, does that mean the way they did it felt boring or slow or stretched out or filler? Not necessarily, but also kind of yes, if you get the vibe I'm going for. So I enjoyed the things we went through, but I also felt like, come on, I want to see what's gonna happen. Like, I wasn't held. It was not like, there's a scale here. I think I'm somewhere like 2/3 along the way of, no, I'm kind of enjoying what I'm watching. Can we move a bit faster? I kind of know where we're gonna end up. That kind of vibe, you know. But, and I think, like, you know, there were scenes that kind of breathed a bit longer than they needed to. Sometimes scenes that breathe longer, fine. Too long. But Loki, essentially, without realizing it, is distinctly jumping to the people who are in the room with him because he knows that he needs them collectively together. He's back to that moment where we're all collectively together. Interestingly, not a very Victor Timely, though. I guess he technically wasn't in the room at that time, so I guess that's kind of why. I doubt. Maybe it's probably not anything to do with the hell. Whatever. So yeah, he showed me through that, and There's what was it? Oh god, sorry, I had a thought and I lost it. So jumping amongst all these people. I thought these would just be variants, because obviously everyone we saw in that room disappeared. Although it's fair, we didn't actually anything happen to them. I thought these were variants, like, because we know from the last season that variants of TVA staff still remain on branches of the timelines that haven't been pruned. Or something or another. But the implication of this episode is actually, oh, I didn't realise my water bottle was green, so like it kind of just makes me invisible. Anyway, that's funny. What am I saying? I thought that people who was meeting when you jump through time were variants of TVA crew, like different, just happen to be like different variants of them. But the implication of these are actually the same actual people who got just put back to where they would otherwise have been pruned or taken out of the timeline. But there doesn't seem to really be anything to support that. I mean, it took Loki long enough to realise that these were variants. He still seems to like hold on to the idea that they would know who he was for some bizarre reason. I'm trying to think, like, would it... Because Sylvie makes the whole argument to him that the sleeping's how they are, they've got their lives back, things are for the TV's interference, just let it go. Which I guess seems to only work as an argument if you assume these are the same people that were in TVA just reset back to where they were, which I guess could have been the case. But nothing seems to really have supported that, so I don't know where that kind of argument comes from. But I guess, yeah, there's kind of an assumption there. I guess it doesn't really matter if she's right or wrong, because this characters believe it. Like, that's what matters in the end. Oh yeah, and I love. Oh, interestingly, I don't think they revealed any of the characters' actual. No, they did. They did. Casey's name was Frank. I think they said that Mobius's name was Dom. They said Ouroboros' name, but I didn't catch it. I don't think we got B5's real name. But Ouroboros is there. Ouroboros, LB, is this greatest episode because, like, he clocks on. Like, he has that same kind of, like, attitude around him, so he believes Loki immediately. Also, I do like the explanation of how science is the what and the how, but fiction is the why, because that's a nice kind of split of sciences and art. So I do like that. Ow, my neck. But yeah, ultimately, like, they spend a lot of the episode bringing people together because they think that they have to get everyone together to kind of calculate the coordinates to put them back to where they were, and that proves not to be the case. Any kind of realization, and it wasn't through doing that they realized something else. It was simply because Loki was in a crunch spot and he just instinctively did it. So that's kind of the whole like, well, all this is kind of fun, but filler-esque. The scene where everything goes slow motion and Sylvia's in the music store and just like everything's derangling around her and it's slow motion was just a really, really well shot scene. I mean, a lot of this episode was really well shot. Still, it's a very well shot series. There's like a lot of variable storytelling. I love that Ouroboros' lab is evocative of his lab in the TVA. I really, really like that. It's this whole like kind of bleed through personalities that still kind of comes through in elements like this. So I did really like that. Again, I think Loki's like being a bit like slow in terms of like realizing things. Like it's a bit cringy where he's like approaching people who clearly won't know who he is, acting as if like, you know about the whole variant thing. You know people can look the same and be different people. Why is it taking you that long to lock onto that? Why are you like theorizing? Why are you not checking first of all? Why are you like, your name is Casey? Like, you know he's clearly not recognizing you, and there's a variety of reasons of why that might not be the case. Never explain why Sylvie doesn't reset to where she would have otherwise have been before the TV's interference. It's never actually explained. Arguably, they don't need to explain it. It's one of those mysteries that actually kind of, there's a wide variety of reasons why that would happen, and it's all fine. But notably, they don't actually explain that part. I love the whole like string effect. It's really hauntingly done. It looks fairly realistic. I mean, it's one of those things where there isn't actually a real like equivalent of floaty of things stringifying, and so you can't really like lock onto it. Or like if you do, it feels like uncanny. Be like, was that because it's CGI, or was that because that just doesn't happen in real life? But like looking at this still, I mean, it's now a focus shot plus my post-processing on the image, which kind of helps look a bit more realistic. But yeah, I dig it. What else? This is why I need to not like leave 40 minutes between ending the episode and doing these reactions, because I forget so much of my thoughts out of my brain. Oh, I love the shot where Loki time slips in front of what they call as tube men things and like matches the movement. One of those had to be like, I assume the tube man was CGI. Maybe it wasn't, and he just practiced those moves. I mean, I assume it was possibly not both shot live, and he's practiced those moves very, very well. Yeah, there was a bit of like slapstick comedy that was thrown that could have done route, and I guess it's kind of more of the filler. Oh my God. Oh, my neck feels really weird there. I do like the difference between the more meek, scientific engineer Casey and the kind of more hard Alcatraz criminal Frank Askew. Loki had like a nice sinister putting a team together montage, which was kind of fun. I am curious to know what pitch he gave them to convince them. A lot of, also very much a bottle episode. Like I appreciate them tailoring the credits to each episode, because it always like, it's kind of funny when like you have someone who's contractually obliged to be a lead, so even episodes end up here, they still get top billing and like within an episode. I appreciate them actually like be accurate with their billings, but it means you get these like big chunks of credits where like just no text appears, which I kind of think is actually kind of funny. But it's a bad episode. Like, we don't have Tara Strong, we don't have a whole bunch of the other cast. Like a whole bunch of like the credits is just like nothing. It's very much like bare bones TVA. Well, basically just those 5 people who were in that room at the time, I think. So I think next week's the final episode, right? So we're gonna find out in that space if they save TV or not. I mean, they know they have to go back, but they don't know what they did wrong that didn't work. So it'll be interesting how they solve that issue, because they were already too late to begin with, unless Loki then goes even further back and even further back, which I guess is possible now. I mean, now we can do that. Really, what are the stakes? I guess we're gonna have to see and find out. What else? I guess I mean, everyone knew that we were gonna have like some connection between Mobius and jet skis, and so we finally got that kind of confirmation that he was a jet ski repair person with like a slightly dysfunctional family. But it kind of still some attitude. I mean, Owen Wilson is such a joy to watch in these episodes. He just has that kind of warm, chill demeanor, which is like you can chew through it. There's a lot of like meat to it. It's very tender, I guess, is what I'm going for. Yeah, I think that's my thoughts. Like I said, it was a joy to watch. There was a lot to like dig about the set designs around the episode. I wonder if the thing about the theatre is going to pay back in terms of that being the only place that he jumped to that wasn't destroyed. Or if that was just an incidental spot. I think I'm going to talk a bit more. I mean, in the trailer for like the rest of the season, which, yeah, it did show alternate shots of Vic Timely's death, which seems to imply that his character's coming back, because we're going to deal with another way. Unless it's just this moment that we see again, hit that from behind, which actually might be the case because it is from behind. Is this the last episode? Loki season 2. Yeah, next week is the last episode of the season, so it's basically that 45-minute slot to resolve, but or at least builds up to a cliffhanger. But to be fair, it's kind of the same ending we had from season 1, where we got set up to like this really impactful set piece with Jonathan Majors as He Who Remains, that basically just like completely blew everything that I have put out of the water, but not in a WandaVision kind of way, in actually a very earned kind of built up way. Hopefully that's what we get here. I don't think this episode was anything kind of special in like what substance, but in execution it was, and it kind of gives me good feel. So yeah, we'll end it there. I'm clearly distracted. So we'll do that. I am going to... Oh, I need to react to the Echo trailer. I might do that in a bit. But... And before I get it, so Alexa, set an alarm for... I was just about to tell you, set an alarm for 8 AM. $8 AM. Set an alarm for 7:30. Alexa, set an alarm for 7:30. And that note, kapow.